right. Welcome back to the Honey Podcast. And this is season two. And starting with season two, I am your host, Dani. But I have a new host with me, and she is going to tell you a little bit about herself. So go ahead.
Yo, what's up? I'm Celine. I'm excited to be here on the Honey Podcast season two. Um, I don't know what to say about myself. I'm so
Well,
boring.
you know what? I'll help you out a little bit. I
Okay,
feel like I have some questions to ask you myself. So I'm sure our fans will like that as well. Um,
perfect.
so I know you have mentioned, and I've watched some of it as well. You are a streamer. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a streamer. I like stream once every few months.
No, it's cool. And you can talk about it.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I do stream on Twitch. It's fun.
Yeah,
I just like to play video games, and I think I'm the funniest person ever, even though I'm definitely not.
I feel that.
So, right.
Really.
You're either your own biggest fan or your own biggest critic.
Right.
In my case, I'm both. So, yeah, I like to just stream and just have fun, play games, and yeah, and uh yeah, I'm one of the owners of the Honey Pop, which is awesome. I love everyone on the team, but that's pretty much it. I have two cats. I love my cats.
What kind of cat?
Um, I have a tuxedo one. She's like black and white. She's very cute. And then Edward, who is my best friend in the world.
I love animals with human names. That's the best thing.
I think it's so funny. Like, or like human names are very ridiculous
Yeah.
names. So like chalkboard or something silly. Like I don't know why that came to head. But it's like that doesn't belong to an animal, but it's
Yeah.
like yes it does.
My friend has a dog named Kevin, and like I just think like it's just such a good name. Like, oh my goodness. So
That is
um,
amazing.
video games, what I know you have a super amazing badass Animal Crossing island. What other games do you like to play?
Yes, I do love Animal Crossing. Um Cyberpunk is a really big one that just came out, and I've beat that finally. That was a really good game. Right now I'm playing another game called Raft, which is just like you're literally stranded in the ocean and you have to live.
I like that. Like
It's
that
really
sounds like a
cool.
game I'd get into.
It's like, yeah. And then also like Phasmophobia, you hunt ghosts.
Oh,
And I just like really fun, like casual games. I don't
yeah.
like games that like you're screaming at it because you're so annoyed because you keep dying
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever the case is. I like more casual things. So
I was gonna say I'm not a super big gamer, but I did get a Nintendo Switch because I like wanted to get on the Animal Crossing train, and
yes.
I do love that game. But other than that, I'll just like sit there and play Mario Kart like all the time by
Oh
myself.
my gosh.
It's
I'm
so
so down
fun.
to play with you. I love
Yes.
Mario Kart.
Oh my
It's
gosh, it's the best. Who's your character though?
I love I like the princesses. I think they're
Yeah,
so cute to play as like Peach. Um
they have
I
like
do
all
play
kinds
as
of
Toad.
them. I'm a dry bones girl all day. I love dry bones. I just think he's
Dry Bones is so
so
cute.
cute.
I have this weird thing with Toad though.
Yeah.
It which sounds weird. That's a weird way to start a sentence.
I got
I
a weird thing with Toad.
I don't know why he makes me cry. Every time I see him, I just start
Just cry.
crying. I don't know why. My boyfriend makes fun of me all the time.
That's
And
incredible. I
like
feel like he has that factor. Like I could cry over him. I could definitely cry. I love crying.
I do too. I cry all the time.
Oh my God, me too. I
If
had this
you
whole conversation with my friends the other day, and we talked about Titanic and how it's a good movie. And my friend was like, "You looked me in the eye, and I thought you were going to start crying." And I was like, "I was."
yeah, they were there. They were ready to come out. Do you
You-
ever put on music just to cry?
yes, and also music videos and movies. Like I'm like, what? I
Yes.
really need a good one, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
cry.
What's your favorite like movie to cry to? Is
Titanic.
it the Titanic? That's a good
Titanic, 100%. I love that movie.
Well, young Leo, hello.
I know, like, oh my
yes.
God. My roommate and I had a movie marathon on New Year's Day, and we did all Leo movies, and it was just
Oh
it was
gosh.
great. It was
Did
great.
you watch that horrible Romeo and Juliet too?
Yes, and we also like we rounded it out with Wolf of Wall Street, and like by the end of it, we were so tired and mildly hungover that we were like, this movie is so long, it's so good, but we had to go to sleep. Like, I love movies.
Oh yeah, me and my friends, we've got into a habit of finding the worst movie that we can find to watch it together and like just drink and watch it.
Yeah.
So we watched this one like last week called Love on a Leash, and it's about this woman who falls in love with her dog because her dog turns into a human at night.
Oh
it was
God.
so bad. And we're just sitting there.
I gotta write this down.
It's called Love on a Leash. And then we watched another one called Homeless for the Holidays. Also terrible, but
I love it.
Beautifully terrible.
I love horrible movies like that. Like I just love that stuff, you know.
It's fun.
So good. I unfortunately don't write a lot about movies for the Honey Pop, but I feel like those are some I could get behind, you know, like just horrible movies.
Right. And just picking out your favorite parts. And I think it's just fun because it's fun to make fun of things, I guess. Yeah.
That I love doing that.
Making fun of like really bad acting or just like questionable script moments. Like
I was actually watching American Pie last night, and I was like, this movie is so problematic. Like, what are we
doing? Same with so I love like movies from the 80s and 90s. 16 Candles growing up was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And I watched it as like an adult, and I'm like, holy shit, a lot of this stuff is bad.
Right?
Bad. Like, you can't get away with this. Like,
I know. I was like, this movie, how is this movie not canceled yet? Like, I mean, I love don't get me wrong, I love American Pie. I think it's a funny movie, but like I was like so problematic, man.
It is. It's crazy like how the standards of what's okay and not so okay has changed so much.
As far as like movies and everything, now I want to change gears and have you tell me about your music taste, because I feel like I know a little of it through the Honey Pop, but like I want to hear more about that.
I am a mess when it comes like when it came to like the Spotify top 100, it just changed so much. Like somehow I'm still stuck in 2004. I'm still listening to Ashley Simpson like all the time. But also like listening to like things that I grew up on. Like I love like My Chemical Romance. That's always like a go-to. All Time Low, but like their old stuff. Like things like that. Like I really like that. Paramore is my favorite band. Like they've been my favorite band forever. And then Hayley Williams, her self-titled, is probably one of the best albums I've heard in a long time. So it kind of just hops around a lot.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say. Like I can't stick myself
one in genre. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Because even like musical theater. Like I grew up doing theater, so like I can just like pop in the Wicked soundtrack and just like
love it.
It's on.
Yeah. Like. I totally respect that. I feel like, I mean, obviously, as our viewers know, I am a huge pop punk nerd.
Yes,
that is where I like my heart is, but I can say I do jump around a lot, and I think that THP has given me a lot of like great artists to do that with, because like I'll like pick up stuff that I would never listen to, and I'm like, holy crap, this is really good. Or like or somebody will tell me of somebody to listen to, and I'm like, oh, I would have never listened to this before. Did you watch that TikTok about like pop punk who you liked when you were younger and like what it says about you?
I have seen those.
Oh
those are so funny.
As soon as you said Paramore, I was like, she's a simp for Haley. And you were like,
I am. Like, I think she was my bisexual awakening, where I'm like, I love her.
It was like Panic at the Disco. You are bisexual, and then it just cuts out. It's so hilarious. Like
that is amazing.
Like, they nailed it. Like it was so good. I totally respect that, and I also when you said musical theater, I do that in the same sense, but with movies. Like I love movie soundtracks. It's a
Yes.
weird thing. Like I literally, speaking of American Pie, like last night I was like, the soundtrack is so good. I like downloaded the whole soundtrack and I was like, yeah, ridiculous. I love it though.
I I think like the one of my favorite movie soundtracks is The Perks of Being a Wallflower one. I think that one is just like flawless. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Like that would be such a cool job to like pick out the music for that. And sometimes they just really like nail it. I mean, sometimes they're horrible, but I think that, like
Yes.
sometimes they just really nail it. Like, oh, that is a good one. I'm gonna have to go download that now too.
That one's a really good. It would be fun to play like a game where we get like an iconic movie scene with
Yeah,
no music and we pick a song to go
that
there.
would be great.
That would be so
Honestly.
fun.
I wonder if
I
we'd be
could go
good at
on.
it.
Right?
I could either be
Let's just
really
think of us.
good, yeah, really good, or really bad. Like,
It's one or the other. Yeah. Your hair looks super cute today. I love it.
thank you. I actually have been having like a crisis about my hair because, as you know, it used to be pink and purple and beautiful and long, and then like it just died on me.
Oh no.
So like it's super short now, and I hate it. But
Oh, same. Mine used to be like down to my waist.
yeah,
And one day I just cut it like with craft scissors.
oh
So
my,
there's some pieces that are like really long, like you can see like
yeah. But it looks,
I just
like,
haven't fixed it yet.
So I thank you for that because I have been having a crisis about my hair and it being, well, originally my sister was supposed to get married in yesterday, actually.
Oh
But
wow.
because of COVID and everything, she decided to reschedule. But my mom was like, you have to have normal hair for the wedding. That was like her thing. She was like, you cannot have crazy colors. So like I started transitioning back to blonde and then I had been bleaching it out so much it just started to die. So this is my like natural hair color, but I think I finally found a style that works. So thank you. I'm gonna keep
That's
trying.
good. I guess the plus side is you could always buy wigs if you're like
Yeah.
feeling adventurous. I
Yeah.
have some blue wigs. I got them for Halloween, but like sometimes I'm like, I'm probably gonna unironically wear these because I feel like a
I
different
love
person.
that. Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, that was the best. I was like, I felt like I had an alter ego. Like I just had purple hair and I was cooler than everybody.
It's like the cooler version of me. That's why I got a nose piercing because
Yeah,
I was like,
same.
this gives
Like,
me some edge that I just don't have.
yeah, that's why I get tattoos. I'm like, I feel cool now, like to myself, and that's all that matters. People might think they're dumb, but I think they're cool. So,
What are your favorite tattoos that you have? I love tattoos.
I do too. I wish I had a million more. But my parents, like my dad, does not like tattoos, so like I like try to limit them and where I get them, so like they're not in his face. But most recently, I got a spider web on my like front of my ankle.
Ooh.
And it was a Halloween flash. I like love getting flash tattoos because they're cheap and I'm cheap and I like don't want to spend a lot of money. Not to say I don't tip my artist very well, but I like smaller tattoos. So I would say that one's one of my favorites. Yeah, for sure. How many do you have tattoos?
I have like 1.5. Like it's
Fair.
the tiniest little heart. This one
that.
I got it just to like a reminder to love myself. And then I got that one with my grandma when she passed away. I got her birth year right under it.
That's awesome.
So that's all I have. But I am planning on getting like a sleeve at one point.
Yeah.
The thing is like I don't know if I can pull it off. Like I don't know if my personality matches.
You can pull off whatever you want to pull off. That's my motto.
That's fair.
Like I feel like I can totally relate to that because I thought the same thing. And then I was like, you know what? I don't care. I wear stupid shit. I get tattoos, I'll do whatever. Because you know what? I'll have purple hair because I think it looks cool. So
exactly. I love that.
So as far as the new year, what would you say are some goals that you have for yourself and for the podcast for 2021?
That's a good question. So as far as like some goals for myself, like I've been like towards the end of the year, I've been really focusing on my mental health.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing a psychiatrist and stuff and just kind of getting everything in here in order. So
Yeah.
everything else in my life will hopefully fall in
Falls into
place.
place. Yep.
So I've been doing that. I'm gonna like start like meditating more and setting myself to a schedule and hoping that helps with
Yeah.
everything. And then kind of just like honestly, with everything going on in the world, another goal is just to like show everyone more love. Like I just need to like text my friends more, call them,
Right.
call my family more, be more present in the moment. So that's kind of like one of my goals
Yeah.
for the year. And also like just like get my house in order and stuff like that. We're hopefully gonna be buying a house this year. So
Awesome.
just getting all that stuff kind of together. And then as far as the podcast goes, like we have a lot of really cool things planned
Yeah.
that I don't know if we can like formally
Okay,
announce,
yeah.
but there's gonna be some really cool people that we're gonna be
Yeah.
talking to. And I think like just continue building that roster and like see where we can go with this because it's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
I
How about
agree.
you?
Let's see. I definitely love what you said about your mental health. I think that's a great one. And especially with how hard this past year has been, like not only for me and personally, but like for the entire world, like just been crazy.
Yes.
So I think that's definitely something I want to work on as well. And then like literally, I feel like we are the same person because I am trying to like get my house in order as well. Like I just bought some new furniture. I like am trying to put stuff together, making it look how I want it to look and like all that stuff. So that would definitely be something that I want to do. I also am trying to like write more, like not only in a sense of like for THP, but like I've bought a journal and like that's my like thing
That's
now.
really good. That's
So
really
yeah, I've been trying to do that. Hopefully I can stick to it because like I feel like everyone can relate to this on a level is that like when I like make these like New Year's resolutions, I like do them for about a month. It's
and
done.
then
And then like December will creep around and like shit, I need to start doing my resolutions again. So I'm just gonna try and like do it through the whole year. And then as far as the podcast, same thing. I think that last season was awesome. We had so much fun with it. And we just like I think we like kind of really like got into our own and started to learn how to do things. And now this year we have such this season we have such a like awesome and exciting like lineup of people to talk to. And I'm just like really excited and nervous for that. But I think that people that watch us are gonna like really, really enjoy what we've got going on this season. And we're just gonna kick some ass. And I'm really excited about it. And I love that like we have faithful followers and like listeners. I think that's insane to me, like that people want to listen to me because like
right, yeah,
like why again like you said I am one of the funniest people I know, like that's definitely a mood, but like for other people to enjoy that and want to like listen, tune in and listen is really awesome as well. So I'm really excited for what we've got going on. Hopefully we can impress the masses, you know.
I hope so. And if anyone who's like watching, listening, whatever, if you ever have any suggestions or ideas, message us on Twitter or anything. Like we're always happy to listen and improve and get some new ideas because sometimes
and like we want to talk about what you guys want to hear us talk about. I mean, of course we want to talk about our stuff too, just like bullshit about whatever we got. But we of course want to know what you guys want to hear and all that stuff. So that would definitely be awesome. All right, so I agree that we covered a good bit for this episode, and we got to know my new co-host, and I'm really excited and can't wait for what we have to show you guys this year. And yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up for this episode. So we're gonna wrap it up for this episode. I promise I'm okay. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. So thanks a lot for tuning in.
Adios.